understand your concerns.
Okay, dungeon for today is Selenes Web. The lore book, if you need it, will be down here on the ground. And if you need the quest, you get off this guy once he finishes speaking.
Are you sure they just won't attack us?
Going into this first room, just a bunch of little guys again. They do have like night blades that can teleport in and stun you like that. So you want to watch out for that. If you're on veteran and you are running in, you may want to block. Going past these, just some wolves. These guys are going to drop very quick. A couple of archers and things. Then we got our first boss here. This guy is not going to do too much complicated. We've got all these little guys you're going to want to clear out first. His main thing is this attack here. He stops you from moving, pulls you in, and then does this AoE, which you can move out of pretty much straight away. The only real threat of that is if you haven't killed the little guys, they can all gang up on you while you're stunned. Other than that, you see he's got his light attacks, his heavy attack, which you need to block. Of course the tank will do that if you've got a tank. The attack where he pulls everyone in, he's gonna get everyone in the group, and you can't do anything about that. And then the only other attack he's got is that whirlwind, which all you need to do is take a couple steps back. Just remember, when he puts the webs around you and gets ready to pull you in, just be ready to move straight away. If you hold like left or right or a direction away from him, you'll start moving as soon as you're released. This area you'll have to speak to a guy if you're on the quest. If not, just carry on this way. The other way down there is just a pit. I think there's a book in there and you have to climb back out. But if you just run in the quest or the pledge or whatever, you don't need to go that way. Okay, carrying on, you want to jump down into the water. Now this fight here is pretty difficult on your own. I may die a couple times on this one. But essentially what we're going to be doing is fighting 4 panthers. That bit's not too bad. But then, once they're dead, the main boss is going to come down and the panthers are going to come back to life as ghosts. And if you kill them, they just come back to life again. So on these guys, all you need to worry about is blocking their heavy attacks. But on this part here, there's no point in really killing them because they're going to be coming back straight away. So you need to avoid them while killing the main guy. Now if you've got a tank, he can just take all 4 of them off to the side and keep them busy, while the rest of the group kills the main guy. Now the issue here is I've got them plus him to deal with, and if they get the heavy attack off, then they can like one-shot you, or if 2 of them heavy attack you at once, you're gonna go down. As far as the main boss goes, he's gonna fire arrows at you, which isn't too much. The main attack you want to watch out for is the ring he puts around himself there, like a ring of poison. If you stood in that when he does it, you're going to get stunned, and it's going to do damage to you every second while you're stood in it. So you want to try to avoid being right next to him. He's going to roll around, so you want to move away from him if he moves towards you. But like I said, this fight is a difficult one on your own, but if you have a tank, you can basically forget about these tigers, because the tank can just take them off to the side, keep them busy, and you won't have to worry about them. As it is running it solo, there's not much you can do other than play defensive, get rid of them if they're on low health, but otherwise do your best to avoid them. Try and focus down the main guy. AoE attacks are very good for this fight, because if you do kill the tigers, they're gone for a couple seconds. And it's definitely not worth going out your way to get rid of them. But if you can get just a couple seconds of peace, then it's worth it, especially if you're using AoE skills that are hitting the boss as well as the tigers. You're not losing anything by killing them. But if you like single target focus them down, you're going to be there all day, because they're just going to keep coming back. So if you've got a tank, just grab the 4 Panthers, go stand like over in the corner over there, keep them taunted, and the rest of the group will be fine to just kill this guy on their own. Just try not to stay too close to him for that poison, and other than that you should be fine. But this is a pretty difficult one on your own. With a group, not as bad. If you've got a good tank, it's a pretty easy fight. Carrying on, we got a bunch of little guys again. Nothing special here. We're starting to see spiders and stuff in this area. There'll be horvers and things coming up. So fire attacks will work well on those guys. If you want some extra damage. Okay, here's the next boss. This boss, pretty much the gimmick of this one is there's going to be a bunch of ads coming in, a bunch of little guys, and the main boss itself is going to throw like big circles of poison everywhere. So just try and use as many AoE skills as you can. So you see I've got Endless Hail, got the shocks, and a lot of the little guys just die from the AoE damage. The only real thing the boss does is this ring around me here, which is basically a ring of poison. Doesn't do too much damage, not really anything too bad to worry about. Just try and stay away from your other group members if you can, to stop it doing extra damage. But if you've got a healer, or if you've got a shield, or blade cloak like I've got on this guy, then it's not going to do it's not going to do anything to you. Just keep your heals going and just focus that guy down. If you're on the quest, there will be the guy to speak to back in that last room where the last boss was. I'm just going to say to go this way first. The way to the main boss is locked, whether you're on the quest or not, so you're going to have to go and kill this guy over here. And if you're on the pledge, then he's one of the main guys to kill anyway. Okay, this boss. You want to clear out all these little guys first before you engage the boss if you can. He's just going to sit over there for a while, so just make sure you don't go too far and get rid of all these little guys first. This boss, main mechanic to avoid is try and avoid standing in front of him. He's going to charge around the room. So if you've got a tank, just make sure you stay on the opposite side of the bear to the tank. He's got that two-handed pounce, which you can either block or walk to the side of. Here's the charge he's doing. He'll run in a straight line and crash into a wall. He's got this spear here you can break free of, or just wait until it runs out. You see these stranglers everywhere. They're really only here to slow you down. If you're next to them, they'll like slow you, which makes it more difficult to get away from the bear. But as long as you're on your toes, the slow isn't that bad that it's gonna like cripple you. So pretty much, if you have a tank, all you need to do is not stand in front of this guy. If you are the tank, just point him towards a wall and then move out the way when he charges. Damage isn't that big, just I'll let this guy hit me. So if you do get hit, it's not the end of the world, but you want to avoid it if you can. And that one you can walk to the side of. Pretty much just watch the ground in front of him. Whenever you see the telegraphs, walk to the side, let him charge. Go back to killing him. Don't even bother with these stranglers, they're not going to do anything. He will kill them, he'll squash them if he runs over them. So you can angle him to kill him, but they don't really do anything. And once that guy's dead, we go back the way we came. There'll be a few like spiders and stuff that have spawned while we were killing that boss. Oh, I don't want to say spawned, but they've come up from the boss here. Same as before, get rid of all the little guys first. This boss is going to use like fear to stun you, but all of the fears can be interrupted. And then she's going to have a bunch of little guys come in throughout the fight. So if you watch it, she'll do the, she'll go invisible like that and walk backwards. If you're standing right next to her, you'll get stunned. She's got this stun here, which will fear you. Which you can interrupt, which I'll show next time she does it. And then she summons the two spiders, that's all she does. She can interrupt her. When she starts to cast, she glow red and wave her arms around. There really are only two attacks. The stun, which can be interrupted, and the stun where she teleports backwards. If you're not right next to her, the teleport one won't hurt you, and the other one can just be interrupted. So tank, just make sure you watch for that red glow to interrupt her, or if you don't have a tank, just have someone in the group nearby who can stealth her. The stun itself doesn't really hurt you, it's just to basically stun you and make you run away. So this one, not bad. Just watch out for the stuns. There'll be the guy here to speak to again if you're on the quest. I can't get through the door for some reason. There we go. Okay, a lot of these little guys, you got those night blades again, so if you want to avoid stun, either don't be the first one in the room or block as you come in. Same as we've seen for the rest of the dungeon, same little guys. And then more of them here, pulvers, spiders, same enemies again. Once we kill these guys, we'll be coming up to the last boss. Last boss is split into two phases. The first phase is a giant spider, which doesn't really have any difficult mechanics or anything like that. It's got a stun, a couple of basic attacks, and that's it. The main fight starts in the second phase when she turns into human form, and she's got a bunch of different attacks you're going to want to have to look out for. She's also going to have a bunch of little guys spawning on the second phase, but we'll talk about that when we get there. So starting off, spider phase, not much to worry about. Once we get the spider low enough, it's going to freeze us and then drag us downstairs. There we go. I'll just stop a sec here to show off its abilities. So I don't know if you saw that, but it can put you in a cocoon. You just need to break free to get rid of that. If you don't have stamina, someone in your group can use a synergy to break you out. Other than that, see, she's got a bunch of light attacks. And that's pretty much all she can do. The spider form isn't really much of a threat. Okay, so we'll finish this up, and then she'll go to human form. Now there's going to be little guys that jump off the cliffs in pretty much every direction. There'll be melee guys with swords, archers, healers, and I think that's it. Here she's got the same attack as that first boss. She's going to pull everybody in and then do the AoE. Just make sure you walk out of it. Now, if I had a tank, they could be collecting all these little guys up, but because I don't, I'm not going to be able to run around the arena killing them all. So running it on my own, I'm just going to have to leave them and they're going to be hitting me all the time. If you've got a tank, you want to be getting rid of these guys as they show up. So in terms of her attacks, like I say, she's got the web pull from the first boss. She's got a bear, a panther. Here's the bears, you see it charging up and then it comes and slams the ground. That attack is the strongest. It will one-shot on veterans. It can't be interrupted, so when you see her charging up, you need to move to the left or right of her. Like that. The panther she'll use if you're too far away from her. I'll see if I can show that when she stops grabbing me. What the panther will do is it will dive on you and it will stun you. Here it is. See, and it does a lot of damage. So you want to do your best to try and stay close by to her, which is why killing these little guys on your own is pretty difficult, because she's going to be throwing those panthers at you. And see, now they're massing up on little guys. There's a lot of them coming out. And when you're stunned like this, you can't do anything, so they're all just going to be beating on you. The melee guys are going to uppercut you, which will stun you. The archers are just going to be hitting you with light attacks over and over again. The healers are just going to be hitting you with magic light attacks over and over again. Biggest threat are the two-handed sword little guys, so you want to try and get rid of those. But they will come to you at least, so even if you're on your own, you can kill these sword guys. And that's pretty much it for this fight. Biggest things to worry about: don't get too far away, you don't have to worry about the panther. If you see her charging up, get ready for the bear, don't stand in front of her. And try and keep these little guys under control. You see in this fight it got pretty out of hand pretty quick, just because I can't, like, I could run around and kill these little guys as they show up, but then I'd never kill the boss. If you've got a tank who's a Dragonite, you can chain them all in. If you're not a Dragonite tank, you can use the helmet from this dungeon, which you can range taunt them, and then when they attack you, they'll be dragged in automatically. But that's it for this one. You can speak to the Warlock here if you've got the quest to turn in, and that'll be the end. And the exit's right here.